Welcome to Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. My name is CT Dice, and it's Friday, December 13th, 2024. And we're going to get right into the picks for Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. It's high risk, high reward. And I'm going to start from the recap from last week. And I'm going to start from the NBA because we're doing really well in the NBA, plus 92 units over the course of this season already. So I'm going to go right into recapping for December 6th. For NBA picks here, we had 4 games. 2 games relatively had positive results. The LA Lakers at the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks won at home, 134-132, high scoring game, halftime 64-64. So for the Hawks, they didn't cover the spread for the full game, or for halftime to win by 7 at halftime, or by 14 for the full game, by over 7, over 14, 13 for the full game. The Atlanta Hawks did score over 63 points in the first half out of 4, and over 123 points for the full game out of 4.4. And also the Minnesota Timberwolves at the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors was on the back-to-back. I thought the Timberwolves could come here. Steph Curry was not playing and win comfortably. They did do that. They won the first half, 56-46, full game 107-90. They covered by over 5 points in the first half out of 4, and over 7 points for the full game out of 4.4 as well. They didn't score over 60 points in the first half, or over 118 points for the full game. So that didn't come through. And the 2 games that didn't come through at all, Milwaukee Bucks at the Boston Celtics. Thought the Celtics could win comfortably and score over 34 points in the first half. They scored only 29 in the first half, and the first quarter, actually, and the first half they scored 53, lost 57-53 in the first half in that game. Nothing came through in that game, and the Utah Jazz went to the Portland Trailblazers. I thought the Trailblazers at home could win this game comfortably and score a lot of points. That didn't happen. They were embarrassed by the Utah Jazz, 2 teams I don't think are playing for much this season, but the Utah Jazz came ready and beat them down at home at the Portland Trailblazers home, 141-99. So that didn't come through. So for the week, 37 units placed, 37.6 units back, positive 0.6 units for the week, and so far in the NBA, plus 92 units. And we're going to go to soccer here. A bad week in soccer, so I'm going to go through this quickly. Since it sucked, I had the Aston Villa versus Southampton. Thought Aston Villa could win comfortably, score 4 goals. That didn't happen. They won 1-0. Hosting Kiel at home versus RB Leipzig. Leipzig were favored away from home. I thought they could win comfortably by score over 3 goals and win by over 3 goal margin. That didn't happen. They won only 2-0. They did win the game, but not what we wanted here on Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. Bochum versus Werder Bremen. Werder Bremen won away from home. Thought they could win comfortably, but they won 1-0. Not also what we want here on Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. They did win the game, but not good enough to return anything here. And Borussia Mönchengladbach at home versus Dortmund. That game ended 1-1, and Dortmund could not win or score over 2.5 goals in that game. So for the week, 18 units placed, nothing back, negative 18 units. So now we've gone from a positive in soccer to a negative 14.65. And for the NFL, good week in the NFL, 6 games, 2 games did come through. The Atlanta Falcons at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings at home beat the Falcons comfortably, 42-21. And also the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins, high scoring game, Jets 26, Miami Dolphins 32. That game went over 55 for that game. And the other games that didn't come through, Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. Thought the Titans could win comfortably at home. Will Levis and the Titans sucked at home and lost 10-6 to the poor defensive team in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Chicago Bears at home to the San Francisco 49ers. The interim head coach jump did not happen for the Chicago Bears. They went into San Francisco and lost 38-13 in that game. Buffalo Bills at the LA Rams. I thought the Bills could win the LA Rams away from home. That didn't happen. High scoring game. Matt Stafford, Fukanakua did what they did and won the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen 44-42. And the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. Thought it would be a very high scoring game. Ended 30-18. High scoring, over 44. They scored 48 points, but they didn't cover the 54. Over 54 we needed on here. So for the week, 18 units placed, 26.25 back, positive 8.25 units. And for the season, we're doing pretty good in the NFL, plus 23.7 units. The regular season is almost up, so want to try to get that up a little bit, at least not go negative in the NFL. And we're going to go right into the picks for the week. I'm going to start with the NBA. Soft card for me on Friday, December 13. Two games I like here, two home teams. I like targeting home teams. I like targeting teams that are not playing for much. Because of the NBA Cup this week, not a lot of back-to-backs, not a lot of teams played. A lot of these teams are well rested. So I'm going to be keeping it to two games. I think this is not a great slate. This Friday, injury reports are not fully clear yet, but I'm going to go with the inconsistent Chicago Bulls at home, high-scoring team, against the Charlotte Hornets dealing with a lot of injury. The Hornets are playing well with injury, but this might be a tough game for the Bulls. When the Bulls come to play, they play well, and they basically just suck when you don't expect them to. So I say in the first half, they win by over 8 points, full game by over 15, score over 64 points in the first half, and over 127 points for the full game for the Chicago Bulls. And then the Brooklyn Nets are the Memphis Grizzlies. Another pick that I think is interesting. The Grizzlies are playing well. They're at home, but the Brooklyn Nets have been playing really well under coach Jody Fernandez this season. So the first half, they win by over 11 points. They win over 21 for the Memphis Grizzlies. I don't like that so much, but I think the home boost could help here. Grizzlies to score over 65 in the first half. That could be possible. Don't really like it so much. And for the full game, over 128 for the Memphis Grizzlies. And then to soccer, I'm going to keep it a light card. I'm going to be basically trying to get involved here in the big Manchester Derby, Super Sunday, Manchester City versus Manchester United. Not a lot of things I like in the Premier League this week. But for the first half in this game, I'm going to go under 0.5 goals. Both teams combined start slowly, a little tense, both teams struggling, and no goals here in the first half. For the Manchester teams, Union Berlin versus Bochum. I like Union Berlin here at home. I'm going to be targeting Bochum and Hostel Kill in the German Bundesliga all season. I like a lot of things here for Union Berlin. Score over 2.5 goals, score over 3.5 goals, win by more than 1 goal margin and more than 2 goal margin as well, and score for 4.5 goals. And also for Borussia Mönchengladbach at home versus Hostel Kiel, going to be targeting against Hostel Kiel. They are away from home. I say Borussia Mönchengladbach wins comfortably by over 2 goal margin, scores over 3 goals and over 4 goals for the game in the German Bundesliga. And for the NFL, 3 games here. Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. This is a tough game for me. It's a divisional game, so pretty close. Though this Chicago Bears team was embarrassing away from home to the San Francisco 49ers. It's a division game. They should play better, but there's a very good chance Brian Flores goes against this horrible Chicago Bears offensive line, and they don't put a lot of points in. And the Chicago Minnesota Vikings have a good offensive game with Justin Jefferson. Here, win over 16 points as this against Atlanta Falcons. 3 units on here, out of 4.75. Washington Commanders at the New Orleans Saints. Well, Commanders are in a good spot here against the New Orleans Saints that play the Giants and barely were able to score 11 points. I said the trends change here in the dome. A lot of games in the NFL would have weather situations, so the games and the domes have a very good chance to be high-scoring games. So I like over 55 here for the game, Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints combined, and also the Miami Dolphins at the Houston Texans. This game is set at 46. I said they go over 59 points and score 60 points. Houston Texans coming off of a bye against the Dolphins, playing pretty well in a warm weather climate. I like them to both combine and score a lot of goals. So that would be it for Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. It's going to be interesting. There's going to be a watch along here on Sunday, December 15th for the Super Sunday Manchester Derby on CT Dice Sports Channel on YouTube. That's going to be fun. That's going to be interesting. If you're on here, there's going to be a link to join. For everyone listening, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave your comments on what you think, and peace.